And the Eagles beat the Cowboys here in Philadelphia. The NFC Championship was at stake. 4 seasons ago, the Eagles defeated a Dallas team with Danny White calling the signals. White was the quarterback then, and he'll be the quarterback this afternoon. For the Eagles, who went on to the Super Bowl, Ron Jaworski was their quarterback then, but he won't be leading the Eagles today. Jaworski underwent surgery this week after suffering a fractured left leg and torn ligaments early in last Sunday's game. The Eagles didn't care for the Cowboys when they played early in 1981, and although the baton has been passed to a new head coach, the feeling's the same. The Eagles, with slim playoff hopes of their own, are out to deal the Cowboys a blow to Dallas's postseason dream. Stadium as this rivalry takes on a new chapter this afternoon, and in the tightest division race in the NFL, the Cowboys need a win to keep pace with Washington. The Giants are also in action. The Eagles cannot win the division title, but they can win a wild card, and they have to be pleased with their year. Good afternoon again, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton, along with my partner Hank Stram. And of course, Hank, when they played the third week of the year, the Cowboys won. It was close, 23-17. Gary Hogeboom was the quarterback then, and now with Jaworski out, we're going to see Joe Pisarcik take over the quarterback helm for the Eagles.
Well, Joe Pisarcik, you know, has been in the league for 11 years. He's a regular quarterback for the New York Giants. He's got a great arm, has a good understanding of the game, reads coverages very, very well. The one shortcoming is that he doesn't move very well, so I'm sure that we'll see a lot of blitzes, especially up the middle, to try to flush him out of the pocket.
It was a close affair the last time they played, but that was earlier in September. What do you look for this time around, Hank?
You know, football is a game of repetition, Dick, as you know, and I think any time that you play the Dallas Cowboys, you have to repeat the process. Number one, you have to do a good job of running and controlling 1st and 10 situations. I think it's going to be important to run right at the defense and especially run left. I think you have to keep them out of second and long, third and long situations to keep the 7 defensive backs out of the game. And on the other side of the football, I think the Dallas Cowboys are not a big play team anymore. They have to rely on field position. They want to reduce the size of the field as much as they can so they don't have to travel a long way to get stuck time.
Thank you, Henry, and we have a beautiful afternoon, 50 degrees, hardly a breeze, and partly sunny is the forecast. Tony Dorsett and Timmy Newsome, not Ron Springs. Timmy Newsome is starting at fullback. Tony Hill and Doug Donnelly are the wide receivers. On the offensive line, more problems. Rookie John Hunt starts at right guard. A guard, Brian Baldinger, will be at right tackle, and of course Cosby is the tight end, and he is having a fine year. 1st and 10. Play-action pass, and White finds Tony Hill, and Hill doesn't get much. To about the 27-yard line where Joel Williams makes the tackle. We talked to Tony Hill last night. Eagles in their nickel package defensively. And out of the spread, White caught, 1st down, and it's to Tony Hill again. It'll be a 1st down for the Dallas Cowboys at the 34-yard line. Herman Edwards making the tackle on Tony Hill.
They're in a shotgun formation. And he looks down the middle and then throws outside to Tony Hill, catches the ball in front of Herman Edwards. He knew exactly where he had to go for the 1st down. And, you know, a guy like Tony Hill, it's very important that he feels he's an intricate part of the game plan, and he knows he's an intricate part when you throw to him early in the game.
And that kind of a pass indicates what you said at the top about how the Cowboys have to travel offensively in this game. So they have a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Play action, and White in a rare rollout. He has room, and he's going to run it. Gets to the 43-yard line, make it the 42, and he picked up almost 8 yards on that play. Ray Ellis making the tackle. White, tip, incomplete. Dennis Harrison got a hand on that one. And it'll be 3rd down and 2. Derek's still not ready to start. It'll be 3rd down and 2 at the 43 for the Cowboys, out of the spread again. And Danny White's pass is batted down by Reggie Wilkes, the linebacker. So the Eagles are getting their hands up, and they're coming down by knocking down Dallas passes. And a personal foul penalty against Ellis. And here's Joe Pisarcik making his 1st start since 1979 when he was a New York Giant. The 3rd wide receiver, number 85. Pisarcik on 3rd down, getting a rush, and his pass is caught up the middle by Spagnola. Tight end, and a 1st down at the 30-yard line. Named this week the MVP on offense. Gain of 15, 1st and 10. Here's Montgomery. runs right into Michael Downs and is shy of the 35-yard line. He picks up 4 yards, though, on the play. Michael Downs, setback.
They might try to, as much as they possibly can. I think they're going to try to work on Dexter Clinkscale as much as they can. That time he came in from the outside and really made a good play on the tackle.
Randy White made the tackle right there.
Let's see if they try to lick Clinkscale again on this play.
Pass is picked off by Dennis Thurman, and he's going to run it in for the touchdown. A carbon copy to last week's game, Thanksgiving Day against the New England Patriots, when Michael Downs picked one off from Tony Eason and ran it in. And
tight end Spagnola trying to work on Clinkscale again, but he threw the ball. There he is. He throws it too far outside, and Thurman comes up with great anticipation, makes the interception, and goes all the way for the touchdown.
Dennis Thurman with his 5th interception of the season. He's tied with Michael Downs for the club leadership. And I guess not. 3rd down and 3. Cowboys will go with that 4-row defense just about any time, I guess.
Well, they put a lot of pressure on you, and the thing about it is you don't know whether they're going to be in zone, you don't know whether they're going to blitz, you don't know whether they're going to be man for man. As a result, it creates some indecision.
Don Smerick, number 60, is in for Dutton as part of that package. Pressure on Pisarcik. Smerick, the pass is caught by Spagnola and then lost. It's a fumble, and the Dallas Cowboys have recovered. Dexter Clinkscale on the recovery, close to 9. Here's Danny White up the middle, and it is almost picked off. It was deflected first by Duriel Harris, and Harris almost allowed an Eagle to pick it off. Elbert Fowles was defending Duriel Harris on the play. It'll be 4th down. Michael Haddix is the running back. Pressure. Dickerson coming in. Pisarcik loses the ball in the air, and it's going to be an incompleted pass. I don't know if anyone tipped it. It looked like Pisarcik just lost it, but maybe we'll get a closer look.
Pretty slippery sometimes. If you don't have a pretty good grip on it, it's going to slide right out of it. Look at this. He brings it back to throw it, and as he brings it back, it just falls right out of his hand.
3rd down and 10. We talked to Pisarcik in Friday's practice. Says, I've been in the game 11 years, Hank. He says, Ron and I are best friends, but this is my 2nd game, and I'm excited.
And Ron called him and wished him well and is pulling for him all the way.
That's not surprising, knowing Ron Jaworski. 3rd down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here comes the pressure on Pisarcik. And he overthrows Mel Hoover. Covering on the play was Everson Walls.
I tell you, they did a good job of picking up. They did a good job of picking up the blitz on the last play. The offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. There you see Clinkscale, number 47, coming. You see number 60 coming, Don Smerick. But he hung in the pocket very well, and they picked up the blitzes extremely well.
Michael Horan having a good year, averaging nearly 42 yards a kick. Gary Allen is back for the Dallas Cowboys. The kick sends him to the 30. Here's Gary Allen to the 40. And gives the Cowboys good field position just about to the 45-yard line. So far, 1st and 10 on the 44. Danny White's pass is caught by Tony Hill and out of bounds. It is a 1st down for Dallas, but right now for an NFL Today report, here's Brent Musburger in New York. Brent, sure last night.
He didn't know what the plan was, but evidently he knows what it is now.
Here is Tony Dorsett trying to turn the corner to the 40. And out of bounds at the 34-yard line into Eagle territory. Ray Ellis coming up to make the stop. So the Cowboys, as Hank mentioned, trying to play on the shorter field, have done exactly that so far with Timmy Newsom. In motion, play action on 2nd and 1. Penalty flag is down. Danny White gets hit, and the pass is intercepted by Reggie Wilkes. And he's tackled right away by Doug Cosby, the tight end, but there's a penalty flag down. If it's against Dallas, it'll be declined. It's against Dallas.
I'm surprised that Danny White threw that ball. Didn't have anything on it at all. It's a play-action fake.
Moore has replaced Anthony Dickerson at outside linebacker, number 50. 3rd down and 1. And Michael Haddix is hit behind the line, and a loss on the play by Randy White.
Boy, that's a long way to run.
The Pisarcik fires, caught. Spagnola to the 45-yard line, a gain of 18 yards. Downs and Lockhart finally brought him down. Pisarcik to Spagnola, first down, Eagles inside the 40-yard line, and time is going to run out in this quarter. Another 18-yard pickup, and the Philadelphia Eagles with their deepest penetration right now. Lockhart and Dickerson the tackle. Pressure on Pisarcik, and he's going to go down. Randy White, first sack of the ball game, and last week against the Patriots, Tony Eason was sacked 10 times by the Dallas defense. 44-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. Here comes Randy White again. The pass is dumped off and incomplete. Wilbert Montgomery, the intended receiver. Looked like Pisarcik was just trying to push that ball to Montgomery. Bates.
The offense, defense, and especially team.
First and 10 at the 20. Here's Tony Dorsett head down. Loses the ball. Eagles, I believe, have recovered. They have. Ray Ellis made the recovery. That secondary is awfully physical. Tony Dorsett is still on the ground.
Boy, somebody got in there and really got a great shot. I don't know whether Anthony Griggs or who it was. To the right side, Jerry Robinson is blocked to the outside. Oh, there's a late hit. It was Ray Ellis, number 24, came in there from the safety position.
Griggs was there, but Ellis really delivered the smack that we could hear all the way up here. Ray Ellis and Wes Hopkins about as hard as hitters as you'll see in a secondary, and that includes the San Francisco 49ers, who are known for having a physical secondary. Thinking cobwebs right now. Crowd, some of them give him a hand. He has gained 11 yards and 5 carries so far. And from Mike Renfro to Doug Donnelly as Dorsett rests on the sideline. Play action for Pisarcik. Up the middle, caught. Spagnola again. Spagnola does not have a first down. He gets to the 17-yard line. Michael Downs making the hit as Pisarcik took a hit himself. Lead the Eagles 7-0 early in the second quarter. Pisarcik up the middle, caught, first down. Guess who? Yep, Spagnola inside the 5. Victor Scott and Michael Downs make the tackle. That's a 14-yard gain. Pisarcik to John Spagnola. In motion is Spagnola. And here's Michael Haddix, and Randy White comes from behind and throws him down, and a flag is also tossed down.
Watch Randy White come through the gap. They missed a block on him. The one thing you have to make sure you block him, but he took an outside charge right through the gap and came through and made the tackle.
11:50 to go, second quarter, 7-0 Cowboys. A lot of men at the line. Pisarcik, pass, incomplete. Juby Oliver was the intended receiver, and the Eagles, Pisarcik going over. Bill Bates defending on the play, complaining a foul against Dallas, but no go.
Pisarcik waited too long to throw the ball into the flat.
They're leading 14-3 over Atlanta, and Joe Montana has thrown 2 touchdown passes today. First and 10 at the 30. Danny White, wide open, is James Jones, and he picks up a first down and is out of bounds close to midfield. Danny White's pass, and a receiver fell down. Defending on the play, Obert fouls. The intended receiver was Duriel Harris, and he fell down, and the ball went whistled right past him, so it'll be 4th down, and the Eagles defense hold again. Touchdown run, 1 yard from Rob Carpenter with 3:44 to go in the second quarter. Pisarcik under siege, pass is caught by Spagnola, close to a first down. At the 28-yard line, Michael Downs makes the tackle. What a game Spagnola's having, 7 catches.
Well, that time Klingsky was on the outside again. There's a good pattern. They bring him all the way across the field. You see, in the weak safety, Michael Downs has to cover him, and he makes the play, but it's too late. And Spagnola makes enough yardage to come very, very close, within inches of the first down.
It'll be third and less than a yard. Haddix, the back. UB Oliver. Michael Haddix appears to have the first down. Too Tall Jones and Randy White were there. Tight end. By Spagnola at the 36-yard line. It'll be third down and about 3 or 4. Michael Downs again on the tackle for the Eagles with 7:25 to go in the half. Pressure and a blitz, and there he goes. Randy White. Dutton followed up, but it was Randy White, and that'll be the second sack of the ball game for the Dallas Cowboys, and the Eagles will have to punt the ball.
Randy White again, number 54. Number 73 trying to block him, Steve Kinney. He makes an inside move, runs right by him, and makes the penetration and makes the tackle.
He'll be back the rest of the first half, and hopefully the Cowboys will have him after intermission.
I'm surprised they haven't done much with Cosby so far.
At the 42, first and 10, and the pass is intercepted by the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's Wes Hopkins. We've had 5 turnovers, and Danny White, interception.
The football, he finally delivers the ball. The watch West comes right in, great anticipation, got a good jump on the ball and comes up for the interception, number 48.
His third of the season, and Mike Renfro was the intended receiver right here, number 82.
Albert Fowles, number 29, is on the inside, but there's Wes Hopkins, played his collegiate football at SMU, and he's...
This game, it's our best student.
I called him before the game, and he was sleeping. I talked to his wife, and she said he'd get along fine.
Here's Tony Woodruff with a first down at the 38-yard line, an 11-yard pickup. Mid-quarter. The Sarchik swings it out to Oliver. Here comes Lockhart. And he had some help by Heckman as well, and a loss on the play.
He threw that ball poorly that time. He threw it over the wrong shoulder. As a result, Oliver had to turn around completely and get himself righted on the play. By the time he did that, Skoo was out.
Rick will tell us.
False start. Offense. Number 9.
Screen.
Now they got a 3-man rush. 3-man line, I should say. And here's Randy White playing as a linebacker in the middle.
The Sarchik completes the pass to Haddix at the 42-yard line. It'll be way short, and they're not going to be able to try the field goal, and Horan will come in to punt. Bill,
second half.
He's got to be in there now, wouldn't you think?
Yep, I would think so.
Here's Jimmy Newsom. Going around the end. And the Redskins may hate him even more.
That's right.
Here's Jones. Close to a first down at the 30-yard line. Herman Edwards making the tackle. It was third down and 5, and a good call by Danny White. James Jones off left tackle.
Feel of what's going on, then I'll call accordingly. So that's what happens with the game plan.
Springs in motion. Newsom is the running back. First and 10. Danny White intercepted by Herman Edwards. If he held on to it, and now they say he did not, so it'll go as an incompleted pass. Yards. He has thrown 2 interceptions on the year. On the game. Second down and 10. Pressure. Jones and Ken Clark made a terrific play. He's the nose tackle, and he was following the running back on the screen pass. Hill out to the left for the Cowboys. Flushed out, being chased, and the pass is intercepted by Ray Ellis. Fumble. And now Dallas gets it back, and Hank, I think, an Eagle tried to run with it before instead of falling on it.
Much, much better since then.
They don't like to hear that.
No, I don't think they do.
Bill Posterek comes in at right tackle on passing down. Here is Ron Springs, first down for the Dallas Cowboys, and goes out of bounds with 14 seconds showing on the clock. An 11-yard pickup to the 40-yard line. Ron Springs changes direction. And he's down at at the 49-yard line as the first half comes to a close. Nope, 1 second showing. Last play of the first half, barring a penalty on the Eagles. Danny White, Hail Mary, knocked down by Herman Edwards as the first half comes to an end. Hank Stram back in Philadelphia. The Cowboys lead 7-3 at the half, and of course the Cowboys got the touchdown on a 38-yard interception returned by Dennis Thurman. 7 turnovers in the first half. Danny White, Hank, has thrown 3 interceptions. So the question is this a defensive-dominated game, or is it the fact that the offense just hasn't been able to click?
It's been a combination of both things. I think anytime you have this kind of a game, you have to realize that the offense is not doing a good job, and I'm really surprised at Danny White. I'm a great fan of his, and I've seen him play so many great games, but he's been very, very poor in the first half, and I wonder whether or not he'll play in the second half, and they might go to Hogaboom. On the other hand, I think that the Philadelphia defense has been really outstanding. Great hitting. The Cowboy defense has been very, very good, and I think Pisarcik has had a very, very good half for a guy that hasn't played for a long time.
That's not an easy situation for Joe Pisarcik to be in, despite the fact that, as we said, he's been in the league for 11 years. And the thing is, it's a tight ball game, 7-3. We'll see what transpires when we come back to Philadelphia. The Dallas Cowboys will be kicking off to the Philadelphia Eagles as we start the third quarter. Here at Veterans Stadium, there's Tony Dorsett, who suffered a mild concussion, did not return to the game early in the second when he fumbled. And, of course, that turnover set up Philadelphia's only points, the Paul McFadden 23-yard field goal, 7-3 ball game. And to talk about the lack of offense and the dominating defense, whichever you prefer, each team is averaging only 3 yards per offensive play, and that's awfully low. Tom Landry, who will go on, continue on coaching. What did he tell us yesterday? Hank, he says, I don't know how the players feel about it. I'm glad I've made up my mind to end the speculation. I don't know how they felt.
And the other thing, you know, he was very honest about his team. He said, you know, we're not like we used to be. We have to play hard every play and every game, or else we're not going to win. It isn't like it used to be back in the old days when we had such good personnel and just had to pump the ball up, screw the hats on, and go out there and play. It's different now.
He's had 1 intercepted. Ball at the 18. Hubie Oliver, the lone setback. Pisarcik hit by Ed Jones. He had 2 sacks against the Patriots.
So because he's very, very happy about being able to play. He thought maybe at first he would maybe be able to contribute on the specialty teams. Had no idea he'd be able to start. He's really done a great, great job.
Third down and 9 at the 19. Extra wide receiver in there for Pisarcik, and the running back Montgomery just drops it.
The game.
And Tony Dorsett is in the game, and that's good news for the Cowboys. And will carry the ball on first down, gets a block, turns the corner, first down for Dorsett as he takes a lick from Wes Hopkins and winds up on the Dallas bench. Doug Donnelly set the good block. 14-yard pickup by Tony.
And that's a great illustration. Look at his cutting ability. Goes right straight ahead at the line of scrimmage and then breaks laterally to the line of scrimmage, breaks to the outside. Look at his hit by Hopkins. Boy, you don't think he's a great safety man. He's big and he's strong and he really thumps you. A clip.
First and 10 at the 43. Dorsett pass. Want to throw the ball. He's got Renfro, and it's picked off. Hopkins, his second of the ball game, and brings it back to the 48-yard line. That's the 5th turnover by the Dallas Cowboys and the 2nd interception by Wes Hopkins in the ball game, and he runs that back 26 yards.
Here's the pitch. He runs to the right, stops, and throws the ball down the field. He had to stop and try to come back for the ball. Hopkins sees the play, reads it well, gets a good jump, and sucks it right out of the air, makes a good return, and Philadelphia has possession. Well, Renfro starts to look over his right shoulder, then his left shoulder. By the time it gets there, however, it was up in the air too long. That's the only problem with it. You can't hang the ball up there that long. I think any time that you throw the ball deep in the middle area, the defensive back can cover at least 20 yards while that ball is in the air.
Third quarter. Another turnover, the 5th of the game by Dallas, and Hubie Oliver busts off the left side to the 42-yard line. A good gain on first down. This is what the Dallas Cowboys have done when they've had the ball.
Why they move the ball much better.
Second down and 4. At the Cowboy 42, Montgomery gets inside the 40, shy of a first down by about a yard. In the first half for 95 yards. He goes in motion. And here's Haddix. Michael Haddix close to the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Outside left would be a good place to go. They're in the gaps.
Here's Haddix, and he should have the first down. Tony Hill is saying no. See where they put the ball down, and we're going to have a measurement. Jones. He missed by inches. 7-3 Dallas leading Philadelphia. Timmy Newsome or Tony Dorsett penned in, gets by Wilkes, and Elbert fouls and picks up about 4 yards. Right.
Of an offense consistently here this afternoon at all, and I'm surprised they haven't hit Cosby.
Well, they hit Tony Hill, and Tony Hill making Ron Springs. Sorry, Ron Springs goes in for the touchdown. Cosby's going to have to wait his turn. This is a 57-yard pass to the back, coming out of the backfield. Ron Springs, a touchdown, and the offense finally scores for Dallas. They had not scored in over 10 quarters.
Good protection. Throws the ball inside. Tony Hill. It's not Tony Hill. It's Ron Springs, number 20. And he breaks it clean all the way for the touchdown. A big play for the Dallas Cowboys.
Ron Springs, who lost his starting job to Timmy Newsome in the last game against the Patriots, comes back and makes the big play here in the third quarter.
And I want to be the quarterback.
Ed Jones wouldn't be batting down his passes, that's for sure. First and 10, back at the 10-yard line. Pisarcik play action, rushed and down for a safety. Let's see where they mark it. Yes, it's a safety. John Dutton gets credit for it, and Pisarcik tackled in his own end zone and tacked 2 more points on the Dallas board. It's now 16-3, and Pisarcik might have been shaken up a bit. Third sack of the ball game by Dallas.
Number 78 breaks to the inside and comes right up the alley unmolested, and sacks Joe Pisarcik.
1-yard line. Play action. Danny White has some time. He's going deep for Tony Hill, and Herman Edwards intercepts for the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Cowboys continue to give the Philadelphia Eagles more opportunity. A miserable game statistically. Of course, he threw that touchdown pass, and the Cowboys are winning 16-3, and that's where they pay off. Pisarcik pass batted down by Jones. Second down. Pisarcik. And there is Jim Jeffcoat getting into the act. Fourth sack of the ball game. One of them was a safety, and now Jim Jeffcoat. Randy White has 2. Dutton had the safety. Jeffcoat there, and Joe on. Back at the 23-yard line. Pisarcik's pass knocked away by Clinkscale, intended for Mel Hoover. And it'll be fourth down, punting. Dorsett gets by Wilkes and picks up good yardage. About 8 yards on the play. Elbert fouls, makes the stop on Tony Dorsett. Coming off and now comes back in and stays in the game. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. 16-3 the Cowboys lead. And here's Dorsett. He's close. First down, Dallas. And their 8-5 record coming into this game. Doing it again. Here's Dorsett off the left side. Good cutback in the Philadelphia territory. And he gets to the 46-yard line. About 3 yards shy of a first down. Ray Ellis from the secondary, and Joel Williams, the right outside backer, makes the stop. 11 more yards for Dorsett. All-around linebacker. Not so much as a blitzer. Here's Dorsett going outside again. Reversing. Look at what he does. Tony Dorsett. What a run. That's the best run of the day. Gets a first down. Changes direction. Got 13 yards out of it.
And running ability. Look at that. He runs straight over to the left side, breaks to the outside, stops. Said, no, we don't want to go there. And he goes back the other way, sees a seam inside, and breaks right up the middle A fantastic run by Tony Dorsett. He's finally, you might see a play-action pace here. No, they're going to run it again.
Newsome to the 25, picks up 8 yards, and now Dallas is running well against the Eagles. They're down in 2, the ball at the Philadelphia 25-yard line. Here is Timmy Newsome, has a first down to the 20 and to the 19-yard line. Play action, roll out, White toss, knocked away nicely. Terrific play by Ray Ellis. Timmy Newsome was headed for the end zone if he had caught it. 2:37 on the clock. Here comes a blitz. White hits his man, and now they say yes, that the reception is made inside the 10 by Mike Renfro. Herman Edwards defending on the play, and well-executed pattern. Newsome to the 5. Newsome is in for the touchdown. Hard running by Timmy Newsome, and is now 22-3 Dallas.
He's got a very deceptive gait. He's a smooth runner and very strong. Here we see him, low end zone. Look at this. He breaks to the outside in good shape, carries the ball away from pressure, so he has the right arm and right shoulder free. Look at this. Look at him use the shoulder. You don't see that happen very often, and he runs Edwards right into the end zone and goes in for the touchdown. A good
Boys with good defense, quick striking offense, lead 23-3. Wendell Tyler and Roger Craig. 1st and 10. Pisarcik's pass caught by Spagnola at the 21. Gain of 5. Sum total of the Philadelphia offensive effort, really. 3rd and 5 with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
7 defensive backs in the game.
Pisarcik going up on top for Woodruff, overthrows him, and it'll be 4th down. The right 7 for the Cowboys. Ron Springs, who caught the touchdown pass in motion. Dorsett up the middle, slices his way to the 32. Hank.
Good about their situation. People in Miami feel the same way. You know, it's just that way all around the country with teams that are winning.
Tony Dorsett may have another first down for the Dallas Cowboys. The clock runs, 19 seconds to go. Reggie Wilkes makes the tackle for the Eagles. Cowboys lead the Eagles 23-3. They have a 3rd down and 1 on the 36. Newsome and Norm Granger now the running backs. And here is Timmy Newsome, first down, Dallas. And the people, very nice here at Veterans Stadium, Hank, welcoming us. 3rd down and 6 for the Cowboys. Defense has not allowed a touchdown today. Danny White. Good catch by James Jones and a first down into Philadelphia territory. At the 47-yard line, Ray Ellis making the tackle at the 47-yard line. 4 sacks in the game, including a safety. Here's Dorsett finding a hole. Another first down for the Cowboys, and they're rolling now, the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Ron Springs cutting back inside to the 32-yard line. Dennis
Run the ball because they like to throw play-action passes so much, and they haven't thrown many of those so far in this game.
Here's Ron Springs, straight ahead, close to another first down. The ball back to the 24-yard line. In the spread formation. Danny White. Pressure. Safety blitz. And White is sacked for the first time today. Greg Brown with a career high 10.5 sacks. Gee, he wasn't thinking of 100 yards in this game when he was knocked woozy in that first half. Pisarcik, first down 5. Pass completed to Michael Haddix, and he gets a first down.
And who determines whether he goes back into the game or not? I think that's always up to the discretion of the team doctor.
Things up for speculation.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of speculation. I think it's reasonable to assume that they probably would be looking for a young quarterback.
Pisarcik on 2nd and 7, swings it out to Michael Haddix. Haddix first down, 45 to the 48-yard line. Tackle by Michael Down. 22-yard gain by Michael Haddix, the number 1 draft pick last year, who's seeing more and more action now.
Now, Pisarcik really dumps this ball off in good shape, gets back into the pocket, sets up, looks downfield, and then throws it out of the flat, right on the run, right in front of the numbers, about 1.5 yards out in front, so Michael Heddix can catch the ball in stride and go down the field, makes a good gain on the play.
Woodruff to the left and Kenny Jackson to the right. Jackson has not caught a pass, coming back from injury. Pisarcik, watch out, gets the pass off to Spagnola. His 10th reception of the game to the Dallas 45-yard line. It'll be second down and about 3 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Experience, though, so he's not going to get flustered too much. You know, the line has done a good job. That's a good point. Pisarcik fires up the middle. Spagnola makes the catch. Forward progress will be the 39-yard line of Dallas, and another first down, make it the 38. Lockhart and Downs were in on the play. You know,
which he hasn't done too much of in the past.
First and 10 at the 38 for the Eagles. Pisarcik going up on top. Intended for Woodruff. Flag down. Everson Walls might have been bumping Tony Woodruff.
Defensive pass interference, number 24. First down and goal.
Everson Walls, number 24. Very, very well.
He did. The Eagle wide receivers have caught only one pass today. Here's Pisarcik throwing. Touchdown, Vito Caz. 7-5. Washington 6-4. And the Rams are 6-4. They're playing later. Pisarcik, his pass caught nicely by Hoover to the 33-yard line and a first down. Victor Scott defending. Good. Pisarcik said the biggest thing is to be consistent. If the man's open, hit him, and he's done that.
You're right.
Pisarcik first and 10, and Jeffcoat decks him inside the 20. That's the 5th sack of the ball game. So that's 15 sacks in the last 2 games for the Dallas Cowboys defense. Card chances go down the drain today. They hung in there a long time, huh?
Yeah, the other thing that's important, you know, a lot of people keep asking about the Cowboys. What's wrong with the Cowboys? Everybody is...
Interception by Michael Downs to the 20 to the 15-yard line. It was a deflection, and Michael Downs with the interception for the Dallas Cowboys, his 6th of the year. Are playing, and the game is getting underway. The big game in the wild card, and Danny White caught in the grasp of Anthony Griggs. 3rd time for the Eagles today. And here's Tony Dorsett. Dorsett out of bounds at the 15-yard line. It'll be 4th down for Raphael Septien with Gary Hogeboom holding. The kick is up, the kick is good, and it is now 26-10 in favor of the Dallas Cowboys with 1:51 showing. Septien with his first field goal of the ball game. He is 21 of 27 for the year. Came in full force, a sellout at Veterans Stadium for the big battle with the Cowboys, and for a while it was. Pisarcik's pass caught by Haddix at the 35-yard line.
Sure, you make them throw inside so they can't run something outside and stop the clock.
Pisarcik on 4th down completes the pass to Michael Williams. It'll be a first down for the Eagles, just shy of the 40-yard line. Vince Albritton making the tackle. At the 40-yard line, Pisarcik is going to run out of bounds as Everson Walls forced him out of bounds with 17 seconds to go. 2nd down and 14. Pisarcik's pass, and almost should have been intercepted. Walls and Thurman both had the same idea. Eagles couldn't take advantage of Dallas turnovers, and the Cowboys defense was brilliant today. Pisarcik is sacked, and that's the 7th sack of the ball game today. Randy White and Jim Jeffcoat have 2 apiece. Dutton had a safety, and the ball game is over. Marion Campbell waves to Tom Landry. The game is over. The final score, the Dallas Cowboys 26, the Philadelphia Eagles 10, and we'll be back to veteran. Much, Brendan, you're so right. Defense is the story of the ball game as the Cowboys beat the Eagles 26-10. It was 7-3. And you know, Hank, it isn't often that a team gets 6 turnovers on the part of the Dallas Cowboys, and Philadelphia couldn't take advantage of it.
Well, you know, the old saying that offense creates excitement and defense wins games. Today was a great illustration of that. The Cowboys won the game because they were able to they made a lot of mistakes, but in spite of that, they still played well enough defensively to win the contest.
They had 7 sacks in all, and they had 10 last week, so that's 17 in 2 games. But let's not forget about the Dallas offense, because on the field right now we had the hero of the Dallas Cowboys offense, and there he is, Tony Dorsett. And Tony, you ended up with 110 yards, and I don't think you expected to have 110 yards after a play in the first half when you fumbled. Ray Ellis hit you. Let's take a look at it. Huh? Do you think you do as well today?
Well, Dick, actually, I was really surprised to get hit as hard. It was just a routine toss play for us going outside. And as you see, as the play develops, I think Jerry Robinson tangling outside to prevent me from going outside, so I cut back inside. And lo and behold, someone just popped out of the clear blue. Look at that, number 24, Ellis, I think it is. Pretty good shot there.
Yeah, the thing that really hurt was the fact that he hit you so high and hit you right in the head with his helmet, knocked your helmet off almost, didn't he?
He knocked me out cold, and I had to sit out, of course, the remainder of the first quarter and in the second quarter and just try to regroup and get myself ready to play the second half.
When did you decide that you could make it in the second half and come back?
Well, I was actually ready to go back in later on in the first half, but the doctors decided not to let me go in until they checked me and diagnosed the whole situation carefully at halftime. And we got in. I felt good. My head was, I wasn't groggy anymore. I was rearing and ready to go.
I think, Tony, there's been a lot of talk about what a great running back you are, but I think today was a great illustration what a great competitor you are to come back in a game so quickly and do so well after that kind of a hit. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Hank.
And Tony, you know, you went over 1,000 yards once again, and this is the first time in your career you got over 100 here in Philadelphia. And now you got the Washington Redskins coming up next week, and now you can think of that big game.
Well, you know, it was encouraging for us offensively, especially to get our running game going. You know, we haven't been able to do or establish very much in the running game all this year. So to get it going this time of the year is very encouraging because, as you know, this is a stretch drive, and every game is very important. And, of course, next week is a very important ball game because we're playing Washington. We're tied for first place, and we're in the Eastern Division. All right, Tony, thank you very much. Congratulations. And, of course, it's only a big game next week because Dallas made it a big game this week, beating Philadelphia 26-10. Right now, let's go back to Brent in New York.